About to give your CFA level 1, level 2 or level 3 exam, and are you wondering how hard the actual exam questions are in comparison to the practice questions we do? If yes, then you're watching the correct video. Keep watching. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm gonna be answering one of the most asked questions on this channel and on my Instagram page. That is, how difficult is the actual CFA exam in comparison to the questions that we practice? The mocks, the Schweser questions, the candidate resources, etc. etc. So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take a minute and hit the subscribe button, guys. I really need your help to reach where I want to for this channel. So if you've ever liked my content, even ittusa, then please help me to grow by hitting the subscribe button. If you're already a part of this channel, then thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. So I will be answering how difficult the exam question is in two categories. Number one, as compared to the Schweser. Number two, as compared to the institute material. So very simple. Schweser end of chapter questions, if I count, right? The end of chapter MCQs usually that are there, Schweser textbooks ke jo hote hain, they are very simple questions, and I don't think you should expect those questions on the exam day. बहुत rarely, very rarely will you find a situation where the Schweser question is a little bit tough, a little bit tricky, or a little bit time consuming, mentally draining kind of a situation. So agar वैसा कुछ है, then yes, that may come. But usually in an average case, the end of chapter Schweser questions are very easy as compared to the exam level. The exam level is definitely higher than that. However, the Schweser blue box examples, the mid part of the Schweser जो हम practice करते हैं, the examples, the questions, the sums that are added in Schweser, they are very good from exam perspective. Very good. Questions may not come directly like that, but the concept that they have explained through that example, if not tested, तो किसी तो form में वो आ ही जाता है. Maybe not all, but some of it definitely comes. So that's why I always say, make sure you're solving blue box questions from Schweser. They are gold, literally gold. Again, adding one more thing, just because the end of chapter Schweser questions are not difficult or not something that you should expect on the exam day does not mean that you should not practice them. Because it is so easy, it's like a motivator कि okay, we can do it. B, it is like a complete concept checker that okay, have I understood the concept मोटा मोटी ऊपर से at least मुझे समझा है. So for that reason, it is very important that you solve the Schweser end of chapter questions as well. Done with the simple part, let's go to the institute material. Starting with the end of chapter questions from the institute study material, the curriculum end of chapter questions. I will add end of chapter curriculum questions and candidate resources as one. So if I compare that to the exam day, yes, that is the level of difficulty to a certain level that you can expect. On an average, 20 to 25% or 30% level of difficulty can be same on the exam day. There have been situations where the questions have been much easier. There have been situations where the questions have been much harder. I think one subject that I'll add here is derivatives. Usually in the candidate resources, very difficult. Even on the exam, it's difficult. Let's put it out that way, but definitely not as difficult as the candidate resources. As per what I have seen, I'm only talking about my exam so far, right? Everybody can have a different experience. So candidate resource and end of chapter curriculum questions is a good benchmark of how difficult the exam questions are. It's not that वो same questions आएंगे, कभी-कभी आ भी जाते हैं, कभी-कभी नहीं भी आते, but the level of difficulty, again, this entire topic is level of difficulty, not what kind of questions. So the level of difficulty can be matched, and if you're lucky, then some questions even come similar. Name change करके या कुछ ऐसा करके आ सकते हैं, या similar concept पूछ सकते हैं. Let's put it out that way. Moving on to my favorite part, that is the CFA Institute mocks. A lot of people have this misconception that the mocks जो आते हैं वो exact paper replicate होता है. I won't lie, I had this misconception too, and I'm calling it a misconception because during my CFA level 3, it was literally the entire opposite thing, right? I solved all 4 mocks and literally mocks का बिल्कुल उल्टे questions है. Not a single mock paper was repeated. So that also happens. You can never be too sure that the questions will be repeated, the concepts will be repeated, even if it's the CFA Institute mock. But yes, the level of difficulty का idea लग जाता है. Again, repeating the institute material is usually, it is a norm that we say that is slightly harder than the actual paper. The actual paper in most cases is actually a tad bit easier than the institute questions. Not always. Like I said, there are certain subjects, there are certain questions that are harder than the practice questions. So वो थोड़ा mix match होता है, but on an average, the best material to use to practice is the institute material, end of chapter curriculum questions, candidate resources, and CFA institute mocks. These are non-negotiable things. Like आप Schweser mat karo, don't do any other material, it's fine, but do not miss these three. Even if you don't complete the candidate resources, like you don't manage to do all 2000, 4000 questions, it's okay. But make sure आप जितना भी कर रहे हो 1000, 500, 800, 900, do it very nicely. Understand the kind of questions, understand how they're making you think. Believe me, that's the key. Once you do that, once you understand what is the way the candidate resource is making you think, the end of chapter questions making you think, what are the directions they're taking you, you are pretty much sorted. Believe me on this. So yes guys, this is not a very long video, very short, very quick. In case you have any more questions on this topic, let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely answer it. What else do you want to see in the CFA relation? Let me know that as well in the comments and I'll definitely try to make a video on that. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.